Hi, I'm Alice and you're watching Alice Cooks Indian. Today I'm going to be making Dal Fry. This is also known as Dal Tadka, but as you can tell I struggle to say that a little bit, so we'll stick with Dal Fry. This is a well-known Indian staple and it's really nutritious. It's made up of a combination of yellow lentils. So really looking forward to make this one with you. I'll see you on the other side of the music. So the first step of this recipe is to cook our lentils. In this bowl I've got 1 cup of lentils which has been soaking for about an hour. It's really important to thoroughly wash your lentils before you cook them. You'll notice that there's quite a lot of dirt and colour which comes out in the water when you wash your lentils. I wash it a good 3 times before soaking it. I used about 80% Toor dal and 20% Chana dal, along with about 3 cups of water to soak in the bowl. Now, most people use a pressure cooker to cook their lentils. This is the quickest way, but it's not too common to own a pressure cooker in England, so I'll just be using a traditional pot to cook my lentils. It will take longer to cook it this way, but actually it does keep more nutrients if you do it this way rather than a pressure cooker. So I've drained my lentils and put them into my pot. Now I'm going to add 1 bay leaf. I'm going to add half a teaspoon of turmeric and half a teaspoon of salt. Then I'm going to add water into my pot so that the water rises above the dal about 1 inch higher. So I'm turning this onto about a medium flame and I'll cook this with the lid on, and this will take about 30 to 40 minutes. Keep an eye on it, stir it every now and then, and if you can see that it's running out of water, just add a little bit. So while the lentils are cooking, let me talk you through the ingredients that you'll need for the tadka, which is basically the base of the dish, contains all the flavour in there. So what you'll need is 1 chilli, 1 heaped tablespoon of garlic and about the same quantity of ginger. You'll need 1 chopped onion and half a tomato, and your coriander will be for garnishing at the end. Then in terms of spices, you'll need cumin seeds, cumin powder, coriander powder, salt, turmeric, red chilli powder and garam masala. So as you can see, despite washing the lentils thoroughly at the start, you can see some of this muck which is developing on the top. If this happens to you, just remove it. Keep an eye. So my lentils are nearly cooked. They're just simmering on a low flame at the moment. So I'm ready to start cooking the tadka. My oil is hot, and so I'm going to start by adding 1 teaspoon of cumin seeds. Just give this a stir for a few seconds, sizzling away nicely. And now I'm going to add both the ginger and the garlic at the same time. I'm going to cook this until golden brown. So you can see I've got the right colour here. And now I'm going to add both the onion and the chilli at the same time, and again stir until golden brown. So in the meantime, my lentils have finished cooking, so I've just transferred them to this jar. You can see that they've got this nice soupy consistency, but pieces of chana dal are still intact. So back to our tadka. The onions are nicely golden brown, so I'm going to add the spices. I'm going to start by adding half a teaspoon of turmeric. You'll remember that I've already added half into the dal. I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of coriander powder, half a teaspoon of cumin powder, and 1 teaspoon of red chilli powder. I'm not going to add salt at this stage, and just make sure it's nicely mixed in. So I'm going to roast this for a few minutes. If you feel like the spices are burning a little bit, then you could add a sprinkle of water and this will slow down the cooking process. So you can see my onion ginger garlic mix has cooked nicely and it's a nice brown colour. And I'm going to add my lentils at this stage. Be careful while you're adding it. Just add it nice and slowly. Add the entire thing and give it a good stir. So my dal was already cooked, it's just a matter of infusing the flavours now. Have a look at the consistency. If you think it's a bit too dry, then you can add a little bit of water at this stage. I'm going to add some in mine. And just give it a good stir. I'm going to also add the remaining salt. I'll be adding 1 teaspoon. I'm also going to add the tomatoes at this stage. You'll notice that I'm going to add raw tomatoes. You might think this is a little bit strange. Some people like to cook their tomatoes along with the tadka. I've tried this both ways. Trust me, give this a go. You'll like the consistency a lot better. So we're approaching the end of our cooking process. I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of garam masala, give this a stir, and then I'm going to add the lid and let this cook for another 5 or 6 minutes. So my dal is now ready. I'm going to switch off the heat and put it into my serving dish. Now it can be eaten just like this, but I'm going to do an additional step which is going to further enhance the flavours. This is completely optional, but if you go to a restaurant, this is what they'll be serving you. So this additional step is basically an aromatic chili oil. What I'm going to do is add 2 tablespoons of ghee. Then I've got 2 dried red chilies. And I'm also going to add half a teaspoon of red chili powder. Now I'm going to give this really quickly a good stir and then turn the heat off so that it doesn't burn. And I'm going to pour it straight over my dal. Finally, I'm going to garnish with coriander and give it a stir. Lovely. So there you have it, your dal fry. Serve this with rice or with chapati. This won't go wrong for you. Let me know how it goes in the comments and give this video a like. Subscribe to my channel for more authentic Indian recipes. See you next time. Bye.